Argentina has made it to the World Cup finals, and unfortunately, Ronaldo is gone, sadly. So Messi is doing this for Ronaldo. He's doing it for Neymar. He's doing it for all these guys that have fought so hard, been top tier guys their entire careers, but fell short of a World Cup. Messi is doing it for them, and anyone who does not want Argentina to win, unless your country is the one that's there, then you need to change your mind. I understand if like your country's home team is in the World Cup, you got to root for them. But if your country's not, then root for Argentina because this needs to happen for all these soccer legends that have
For history.
yeah, for history. I was hoping for a Portugal Argentina World Cup. Knew it was too good to be true. Fortunately, Portugal lost, but Messi can still go get one. So let's talk about it. Gian, I know you have a lot to say about what happened today in their game and just in general about the World Cup. So let me get your thoughts.
All right. Today's game, Argentina. I love you guys. You guys are monstrosities. Oh my goodness, what a game! Phenomenal penalty by Messi, and I was left speechless by the second goal. That deserves a Puskas. And then third goal, Messi just bobbing and weaving. He cannot be touched. You could take attributes from all the better players. I would argue Ronaldo's the best striker in the world. Messi's still a phenomenal striker. De Bruyne's a great midfielder. Messi's got that vision. Mbappe is pretty fast. Messi still has that speed. Let me tell you something. Messi's got the best attributes that every individual player can possibly have. Not defensively, more so offensively. He's got that vision. He's got that dribbling ability. He's got that brain. The guy knows what's going on in the field at all times. He can size up players of all different sizes. The guy's a monster. He's the best player in the world, hands down. I don't care what anyone else has to say. He's proved it time and time again. He's the greatest of all.
I got one best in the world. You know, at this point, I might agree with you, but you're forgetting one key factor of this whole thing, and that is that when Ronaldo scores a goal, he says "Sue," and I mean you can't ignore that. I mean that's just it's a fun thing, you know. I love that. No, but I agree with you completely. I think Messi's a jack of all trades, and that's what makes him so good. You got all these other players, like you mentioned, Mbappe, Ronaldo, that are the best in the world at one thing. Not that they're bad at everything else, but they're not, like, second overall. I think Messi is, like, the second best of nearly every category, first in some, but there is nothing that he's not, like, top 2 or 3, and there's no category that he's not. Maybe goalie, of course, because he doesn't really play that, but anything that matters for the role that he plays. But you got Ronaldo, who's the best striker in the world, but some of the other things, like having that great vision, great speed, but not top 2. You know, you could argue that he's not top 2 category with like Neymar in there. You got James Rodriguez down in Colombia. That's a great player. You got all these guys that are still. Yeah, no, I said James Rodriguez is a great player, and you're not going to argue with me on that because he is. He's not. I'm not saying he's on par with Messi, but he's a great player. Go ahead, Gian. What do you have to say about that?
James, your group. I can't do this on camera. You're good. I don't think you're all that hype. All right, I can name a dozen more players better than James. Half of them from Brazil. Honestly, shout out to you, James. You did good enough back in 2014 World Cup, but he is not.
Dude, I'm telling you, the 2014 World Cup.
Guys, I'm sorry.
So I've played soccer my whole life. 2014 World Cup's where I got into watching soccer, and he was my favorite player at the time. I loved watching him play. He was so entertaining to watch during that World Cup, and so for me, he just has a place in my heart. But there's back to what I was saying. Messi is like top 2 or 3 in every category, and a lot of these other guys are number 1 in one category, but you know maybe 5 to 10 in the other category. So Messi, jack of all trades. Congrats to Argentina for winning that game. They're gonna make the finals, I think. I don't see them losing at this point, especially with their game today. I mean, holy crap, they showed off what they can do. Even though, I mean, like, Messi scored a goal and then Alvarez scored 2, so it's not even like it's a one-man show. You know, they got a fantastic team all around. They shut him out, let him score 0 goals, scored 3 of their own, and at least last I checked, they didn't even maintain possession for the majority of the game. They had possession, I think it was like 38% of the game whenever I checked. So even not even having the ball the whole game, they still managed to keep them to 0 goals and score 3 of their own. Argentina's unstoppable. I think everyone at this point, like I said, minus people whose country is in that World Cup, are rooting for Argentina and rooting for Messi to get his. But we'll see. This time next week, we'll be talking about it again. We will be giving updates about this World Cup because this one's a big one. This is going to be one that goes down in history, especially if Argentina wins.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
going to be insane. I was saying before that Portugal Argentina
Finals
World
this
Cup.
weekend.
What was that?
The finals this weekend. So
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to watch that. Oh yeah, no.
I mean, I said that Argentina-Portugal would be the most watched sports event in history, which it would be if that were the case. I still think this will be one of the most watched if Argentina makes it, because even those who were... what I've been seeing a lot over social media is all the Ronaldo fans are now Messi fans. Like, you know what? Ronaldo couldn't do it. Messi, you go out and do it for him. Go out and do it for the guy that couldn't get there. And I'm one of those guys. I'm a big Ronaldo fan, but at this point, I'm like, hey, Messi, you got to go out there and do it, because between the two of you, you're two of the best. You're the two best in the world. You guys have such massive name recognition. You're fantastic at the sport, but you're also very good off the field. And that's one of the big things that I love about athletes is when they do a lot off the field. They're very good to their fans. They're very entertaining. They're very philanthropic. If I could say that word. So I love these two guys, but Messi's going to go and do it for Ronaldo, and I love that as a Ronaldo fan that he's going to go out there and win it for him. So Messi got my full support. Obviously, he's got Gions and Frank, I'm guessing, also agrees.
Yes.
So we'll come back next week and talk about this World Cup. But for now, we're going to move on to a darker note.